You right there? How we all doing? So today, I thought we all need to master the fretboard, and it is one of the just got to straighten me out. It is one of the hardest things to do. It's the most boringest thing to do, but once you can do or unlock the fretboard for the notes, it will open up your playing like you wouldn't believe, and that is for like soloing, learning where all your chords are. This thing I'm going to show you today will help with your technique, like getting your finger dexterity, building strength in your fingers, picking notes. So basically, why is it important? Because if you heard of the word chord tones, or people use the word triads or arpeggios, they're basically all the same thing, right? Just a different name. Obviously, a difference between a triad and an arpeggio. Triad's on just 3 notes. Arpeggio could be like made up 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Well, not on the guitar because there's not 7 notes you can play, but you could do a 6-note one. So anyway, I'm going to play you it a minute. It's called Canon in D, but I do it in Canon in A, and I used to use it on my wedding shows. And at the end, I'll show you how you can use it and turn it into your own piece of music with this knowledge. And this is the thing, right? A lot of us, when we learn stuff on the guitar, we just learn parrot fashion, right? We learn the piece of music and that is it. We think we can't do nothing with it. And that's like learning a recipe and not changing it or twisting it to suit your needs. It's like, I can only do it that way. So this is going to help unlock this. And so it's going to help you learn the chords on the fretboard, where they are. It's going to get you to learn notes. It's also going to get you to work out what the names of the notes are on the chords, so then you can visually see them. See, because when I look at the fretboard, I can see all the notes. I can see that's a D, that's a B, that's a C, that's a D, that's a G, that's a B, that's a G. I could be lying, but I'm not, right, about that. So that is what you want to get to, and I can help you with that. I help a lot of students online or at my studio, because once you unlock the fretboard, you can discover anything and everything with ease, and also with a good technique. So this combines unlocking the fretboard, better technique, better picking, and also it's going to give you the tools to express yourself more and create your own music. And I'll show you that at the end, what I'm going to do with it by learning this chord. So anyway, here's the exercise, right? Get on with it, stop chatting. Now it's available, it's not an exercise, it's a tune. If you want it, it's available down below on my Patreon page in the description, but this is it, ready? So you probably recognise it, it's a famous tune, but the way I've done this, if you have a look, I didn't move out of one position, did I? If I play it again, I stayed in one place, whereas a lot of us are moving around. So just look at all the stuff you can get. So we've got, look, that's an A major, and that's coming from an A major, a C shape. Do you know your C? Obviously we play it like this, but when you're playing bar chords and triads, look, slide that up to the 12th fret. I've got an A major, look. Now what you want to do as well is practice your down upstroke, so you get, look. You don't want to leave your fingers on, otherwise you get this sound. And that's just a chord played as an arpeggio. So you want the notes to ring separately, because later on you can go. See, I'm bouncing around now, so then it sounds like a guitar solo. So look, A major, E major. Thinking, how's that an E major? Well look, that's coming from a G shape as E major, which is really hard to do on the guitar. So the shapes are all on there, or the patterns on the tabs. Look, you got this. But we're playing starting with our little finger, look. So far we've got A major going, look. shape we're going to do is an F sharp minor, which is based on this chord. So look. See that? So now I've got. Now when you first start, it is going to be like. So it's a great daily exercise as well. Now the other thing you want to do, you can get a chart with all the notes on the wall, but how many of you have got them? Oh, I'm going to get a chart for that, and you don't look at it. This thing here is your chart, right? Everything you need to do on the guitar or learn, this is it, your chart. Because music theory relates to all instruments, but it relates to them differently. So if you play the guitar, you want it to work for that. So basically what you could do is work out what the notes are. A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, A. So look, sorry, A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp, and then come back down. C sharp, A, E, C sharp, A. Say it in your head. Just keep going over it. So the next shape we got up to, I'll play up to where we are. We got. This is based on the C sharp minor shape. This comes from the E minor open shape. Look. So you get this. Play the four together, you got this. Next shape is a D shape, yeah? This is all from the A major scale. All these arpeggios, triads, chords, whatever you want to call them, are all from the A major scale. So in the scale, you get a group of chords which are made up from the notes of the chord, of the scale, yeah? D major. This one's a little bit more awkward because we're going to start our second finger. We've got, look. See that shape? Recognise it? It's an E open chord, but there's a bar chord D, look. Then back to the A shape. And then back to the E. Now once you get these shapes, you can move it around the fretboard, which is the beauty of this. So I'll play it all the way through again. So you got this, look. The chord shapes, look, do this, you got to go A, G, E, sorry, F sharp minor, D, sorry, F sharp minor, D is there, back to A, then D. Picture the chord in your brain so you don't have to look at the sheet. You want to use the sheet to get you going, yeah, say, if you want it, it'll be available on my Patreon page to join, or you can just get it from there and buy it. Either way, it's easy, quite easy to do. So then when you've done that, only when you've done that, you master it, don't jump too quick. You can then use them shapes, this is the beauty of it, and do it in another key. So that's in the key of A. So look, there's my A note now. So if I want to do it in the key of E, I find an E note. And I play exactly the same thing. So we're not using open strings. You can keep it all closed. So look. You go, wow, I've just transposed that. But then, work out what the chords are. Who knows what that is? That's an E major. Look. Because you've learnt that first shape, you can move it anywhere. You could move it back 2 frets if you wanted. Look, G now, look. So if you get bored of it, it's just going to give you a different. I'm doing that because my computer screen's behind, so that gives me the light. Saves me having another light there to light up the lighting, if that makes sense. Yeah, so once you've learnt the shape, because there's no open strings, you can move it around anywhere. and it sounds good. Now, so once you do that, that's the first one on the sheet. Now the second one, because I can just jam around with this, and I'll show you at the end, that's what I'm going to do. There's using different shapes for the same chord. So this would be A major, but here, look. Or I could do A major there, look. Now when you watch it, the notes are the same, but I've just learned these arpeggios, triads, chord tones, all them things in the same thing but in a different place. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it takes time, right? But do it while you're sitting on the sofa, while you're watching something on Netflix, while you're having a coffee, while you're having a beer or a glass of wine. That's what I do. I never sit down and go, right, I'm gonna learn this week, this is my job this week. Because all you're gonna do is fail. It'd be like never going to the gym and going, I'm gonna go to the gym 5-6 times a week. Go once, see how you get on, see what you like to do down there. And this is with the guitar as well. You want to find out what you like for you, not for anyone else, but you want to discover the things that make you tick. So here it is played in a different place. Here we go. So we've got A major arpeggio, E major, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D, A, D, B. See how smooth it is? That took me a long time to get that. But I said you've got to enjoy the process. So, but only do that once you've learnt the first one. So look, A major, look. We could play A major like that. Now you're probably thinking he's going ahead of too much, but I'm not, because they're the same shapes, and this is the thing which will make you think, whoa. So in the first one we use this shape, A major. Yeah. Then when we played the E major, well I think, hold on, if that's an E major triad, this is the thing here. If I move it down to this shape here, where my A note is, that is an A major. So I said, hold on, E major. So if I see, if I move it back 2 frets, that would be D. Another 2 frets, that'd be C major. It's the same shape. So that's the thing, you can get a lot out of one shape. E major, D major, C, B, A major. And that was just from that second shape of this, look. See that? So we've got A major, but you could play this. They're the same notes, look. And this is how I discovered the guitar. I was like, whoa, I could play that same thing now, look. C shape, G shape. Whoa, that's blowing my brains. That's what used to happen. I used to be like, I've just discovered something. It's like, you know, when the penny drops thing, or when the penny drops, this is what this is going to do. But say it's going to improve your technique, your picking technique, dexterity in these fingers. Start using your little finger as well, because that is so important with this. Now, because you've got the chord structure, if we really break it down simple, we've got A, E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D, A, D, E. So now what I'm going to try and do now, remember I've not edited this video, this is just me playing. I'm going to improvise using them shapes. Now you won't be able to do it after an hour of doing it, probably after a couple of months, just grinding away. But don't make it your main thing on the guitar, do it so it's just a little exercise every now and again, and then when you're ready, you can then try this. So here we go. Here we go. was using my brain. So you got to think, okay, I'm going to try it somewhere else. So do it in one place. Because I'm thinking about it, that's when you go wrong. So you got to go past the thinking stage. Do you remember when you first learnt an open chord, changing a C to a D? You had to think, I've got to put that finger there, that one. And every time you done it, it was like, God, this is hard work. And then gradually you go, they move as one. And this is what's going to happen with this. So it's just the same thought process, it's just something new. So I'm going to try the same thing here. And I'm going to try and switch off now, because when I'm switched on, I'm thinking, and thinking's for practicing, and I want to be playing, if that makes sense. So all the work you do is when you're practicing, when you're playing, I don't want to be thinking, I just want them to go where they are. So here I go, I'm going to try again. But what I'm going to try and do is do it on the first 3 strings. So I'm going to play the chords. Look. I'm going to use these triad shapes. But you should be able to hear the chords. Because if I just play the A major scale, look. Have you ever done this? You learn a scale and then you try and do a solo and it just sounds like a scale, because you're not actually playing over the changes, over the chord changes. So look, if I just went, that sounds random, don't it? But if I went, I should be F sharp minor now. So if I go again, I'm playing the scale notes, playing the chord changes, but it sounds, you could hear the chords being played. Imagine there's a band going A, E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D, A, D, E. I'll try again here, look. Way, yeah? So Hendrix plays J.S. Bach. This would be quite cool. And this is just building ideas. I'm choosing my brain and thinking now. Ready? 1. Based from this. So we've got to go back to the beginning with this, and basically you have got to master this first. Get them shapes down in that one place. That's where we started from with this, if you're still watching. And then it means you can open up the fretboard to play wherever you want with the same thing. So when you're improvising, it's not like you're playing a note and you're guessing where the next one is. You can literally just jump to it with ease. So I've recorded this early in the morning. So before I start my day of playing guitar, got some recording to do for people today, lessons. I did have a gig later, but I haven't now. So I just play guitar for myself this evening. So look. You can do it. I've got trust in you. Oh, I believe in you. So if you want it, down below in the description, you can get the links to it through my Patreon page. And if you want to support me on Patreon, please do. Please click on the likes here if you've watched it all, or subscribe if you haven't, so you can get all my lessons and that if you enjoyed. Talking about triads, chord tones, arpeggios, making them all work together. All right, nice talking to you. We'll see you soon. See you later. Bye.